Do we agree that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get the Derek Carr treatment? Like, we're going to put you in a box, go stand in the corner, and, because of the money due next year, you're not playing again here?
Well, I think that above all else, they think they've got something in Aiden O'Connell, and they want to see him on the field. Garoppolo's already got $11.25 million fully guaranteed for next year. With Derek Carr, it was all injury guaranteed money, which is part of the reason that you didn't want him on the field, because if you get hurt, then now that money becomes guaranteed. With Garoppolo, he's got 11.25 fully guaranteed next year, plus an $11.25 million roster bonus due in March. So the new general manager of the team, whether that's Champ Kelly, who's the interim, or it's somebody else, is going to have to make some decisions here. A little bit of a similar situation as Derek Carr a year ago, in terms of you got to make a decision earlier on in the calendar. Is it possible to trade Jimmy Garoppolo? Not if people watch the tape from Monday night. It's going to be really difficult here. We've obviously seen Garoppolo play at a high level for a long period of time. It's one of many things that they're going to have to sort through, because remember, it's not like you ever get a clean slate entirely. You've got other players that they brought in. You got Jacoby Myers, who's guaranteed for next year. You've got other signings that they made. You're locked into some stuff, which is kind of what happens when you bring people in who you have to know on some level are going to do a rebuild culturally as well as personnel wise, and then you fire them after a year and a half.
Yeah, I got a lot of clapback on social media when I said I'd rather have Jimmy Garoppolo in Minnesota than Josh Dobbs, or Jimmy Garoppolo in Atlanta than either of the two options there. And I know he played poorly Monday night. I know he has not played well recently, and he has the back injury also. But that's another thing about, like, the trade deadline. Like, if you could have unloaded him, if you knew you were going to make this move, if you had gotten rid of your GM before 4 p.m. Eastern time and maybe looked in that direction. I know the contract's an issue here. I still think he would have been a better option, but that's just
take the Vikings, for instance, here, Andrew. You have Kirk Cousins at the trade deadline is 2 days removed from tearing his Achilles, right? He hadn't even had the surgery at that point. Kevin O'Connell voiced something publicly this week that I know has been the private discussion, which is they would like Kirk Cousins to be back in 2024. If you make a move to, for instance, trade for a Jimmy Garoppolo who's got guaranteed money in 2024, or a Kyler Murray that I know is speculated on, he's got guaranteed money out into 2025, you're limiting your options in terms of whether it is bringing Kirk back, whether it's drafting a quarterback high. By trading for Dobbs, you're locked into nothing beyond this season. You have Jaron Hall who's going to get the start this week. You go out and you see, hey, is this guy Brock Purdy? If he's not, and of course the odds are stacked against anyone playing like Brock Purdy did down the stretch last year, now you got Josh Dobbs and he steps in. And if that doesn't work out, but you're still in the thick of the playoff race, you still could go out and sign a veteran or do something else. It's just the trade market that's cut off at this point. The Vikings took, and I can tell you this, Andrew, they explored a lot of different options. They pursued a lot of different options. They all fit in the same category, which was nothing that was going to impact beyond 2023. Dobbs ended up being the one with the fewest ripple effects in terms of the future. They did give up a 6th-round pick in that deal, but they also got a 6th-round pick back from Jacksonville for Ezra Cleveland, so it was largely a wash.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.